we're celebrating Thanksgiving this morning for our American friends, our American cousins, our American neighbors. And Juan Alsace, who is the Consul General, was nice enough to take time out of your holiday to come in this morning. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, just about an hour ago, your consulate tweeted out. Do we have, Andrew, can you dig up that tweet, please, the American tweet? From the consulate here in Toronto, saying, "Happy Thanksgiving to the best neighbors we could have." And neighbors is spelled O-R-S.
That's the way we do it in the U.S.
You must have to change your spell checks here.
Every now and again, we try to do the right thing, but for our Canadian friends. Absolutely.
I love it. You know what? And this is a relationship I don't think we talk about enough. And I think one of the reasons is we take it for granted. You know, you take it for granted that two neighbors can live so peacefully side by side and exchange cultures and cross the border so easily. We take it for granted.
Honestly, you could be using my talking points because I use that all the time and when I deliver remarks around the GTA and throughout Ontario. The relationship is so close and so tight, so broad and so deep that, yeah, it's almost as if we are in fact the best of friends, allies, and neighbors, be it with a O-U-R or with an O-R-S.
Canada is home, well, Ontario especially, is home to a number of Americans living abroad.
I think with the figure that we have is about 600,000 Americans who live in Ontario, 10 million in Canada.
10 million?
10 million in Canada, and about 600,000 in Ontario. And significant of those, of course, are in the GTA, but we have Americans in Windsor, Thunder Bay, the Sioux, everywhere you go in Ontario. There's an American, because as you say, we're really good friends.
You have a unique position as an American here in Canada because you grew up in Buffalo. And I mean, if anybody has, I mean, when you talk about Buffalo and Fort Erie, and you talk about Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Buffalo and Toronto, the relationship between us is, I think, even closer than the U.S.-Canadian relationship is.
In many respects, you're right. In fact, not only did I grow up in Buffalo, but I went to high school in Niagara Falls, Ontario. So I've got Canadian friends who know me since I was 14 years old. And when I was most recently in Windsor, they were talking about that back and forth relationship between Americans and Canadians. They do weddings, they do funerals, they do everything together because it is almost just, in fact, it's just like family.
And we want to say hello to there are so many, like you said, there are so many Americans here, whether they're here for business pleasure or they're living here now, married to a Canadian, etc. But a lot of them, they're spending the day away from not only their home but their country for Thanksgiving. And
it is.
We want to. I'm asking. Maybe you can use this chance to sort of send them all greetings from the American consulate,
from the U.S. consulate, from the U.S. government, to all my compatriots in Ontario. Have a great Thanksgiving. I know you're all in the kitchen right now, putting your turkey in the oven and getting it ready. So have just a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your football games. And I know you're all looking forward to it. This is something we've imported to Canada. Enjoy your Black Friday as well.
Yes, thank you for that. I think it's a thank you. Yes, actually, we are just thrilled that you were able to come in this morning. I know you make a turkey. You got 3 turkeys this year.
I did 2 turkeys for my staff yesterday, and I'm doing one today. I've done 37 years in a row of the turkey in my family.
All right. There you go. Look at that. That's a big bird.
That's from last year here right here in Ontario.
That is a big bird. That one escaped the pardoning. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And Americans, don't forget, invite a Canadian to dinner. Let's go upstairs. Here's Mel.
Thanks.